Happy Friday, crypto traders and investors. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. As I mentioned, it's Friday, May 12th. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing Binance. We're going to wave goodbye to Binance here in Canada. Unfortunately, there's breaking news today that Binance will be leaving Canada. We're going to cover this news and getting a lot of questions about this, what I'm doing, how this is going to affect us, what are some solutions and possible workarounds with the biggest exchange, Binance, leaving the Canadian marketplace. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me, and the channel doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. First and foremost, if you go to the Power Group YouTube channel and click on the About tab and scroll down, you'll see all these different links. And just as a heads up, these are affiliate links, so I am partnered with these companies and I do get a kickback if you decide to go to these links. But essentially, these are different exchanges and tools and different, protection and security measures that we can take, VPN, things like that. YubiKey is another one that I really suggest to protect your email address and things like that, so that people, if they do gain access to your account, let's say they get your password, you still need that physical security key. So there's lots of great links down there. Those are trusted embedded links that I use myself and that I can vouch for. But again, those are links that you'll be able to find if you're looking for other options. And we're going to go over that. What are some other options? My top picks in terms of other exchanges that I'll be using. I am Canadian as well, so I'll be talking about that here in just a moment. But we'll dive into this global news article. So Binance, the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, is leaving Canada. Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, said it's pulling out of the Canadian market. The exchange announced the move on Twitter Friday afternoon. Unfortunately, today we are announcing that Binance will be joining other prominent crypto businesses in proactively withdrawing from the Canadian marketplace, the tweet read. And I'll just go over to the tweet here directly. So unfortunately, today we are announcing that Binance will be joining other businesses proactively withdrawing from the Canadian marketplace. We would like to thank those regulators who worked with us collaboratively to address the needs of Canadian users. It was a small market. It held sentimental value for us as the home country of our founder, CZ. We had high hopes for the rest of the Canadian blockchain industry, but unfortunately, new guidance related to stablecoins and investor limits provided to crypto exchanges makes the Canadian market no longer tenable for Binance at this time. We put off this decision as long as we could to explore other reasonable avenues to protect our Canadian users, but it has become apparent that there are none. Our remaining Canadian users are receiving an email with comprehensive information on how this will impact their accounts going forward, so we should see an email about this in the not too distant future. While we do not agree with the new guidance, we hope to continue to engage with Canadian regulators aimed at a thoughtful, comprehensive regulatory framework. We are confident that we will someday return to the market when Canadian users once again have freedom to access a broader suite of digital assets. So again, they pointed to new guidance regarding stablecoins and investor limits. Canada has tightened regulations for crypto asset trading platforms in recent months with the introduction of a pre-registration process. The companies that do not adhere to the rules will face potential enforcement action, according to the website of the Ontario Securities Commission. Binance was already restricted in Ontario as of 2022. The exchange said that Canadian customers will receive an email and information about how their customers will be affected, as I mentioned. While we do not agree with this guidance, they hope to potentially re-enter again once the framework changes. And again, Binance founder and CEO Changpeng Zhao, who is more commonly goes by CZ, is Canadian. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like I said, that the fact that Binance was restricted in Ontario as of 2022 was a little bit of a foreshadowing event that we could potentially see that coming to the rest of Canada, and not surprising with everybody cracking down, right? The SEC, we got the SEC cracking down on Coinbase, and it's a publicly listed company, right? And they have Binance US, right? A different division. So again, maybe something like that can come similar to that, where we have Binance Canada. Who knows? We'll see what comes of that if we can get a new entity. But as of right now, we're just going to look at other options. So speaking of other options, I'm going to be looking at my favorite exchange. It's called Uphold. If you haven't heard of Uphold, this is a place where you can trade over 250 crypto assets. You can trade everything on this platform as well. So they've got tons of different assets. They've got, they had precious metals, but in Canada, I think they had to get rid of that. But they also have different MasterCards and things like that so that you can actually spend crypto directly on a MasterCard. But they also allow the trading of XRP. So I'm going to be using Uphold as my primary exchange going forward. And then also another exchange, this is what I use, ShakePay. I use it for, and again, this is for Canadian users, the best way for Canadians to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. They only have those two assets on this platform. So what I do is I send an e-transfer from my bank account to ShakePay. That's how I get the on-ramp from my fiat, so my Canadian dollars, into ShakePay. Then with my Canadian dollars, I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then I transfer that to an exchange like Uphold, and then you can buy other altcoins such as XRP and many, many more, right? HBAR, Algo, you name it, Litecoin. So that's how I use the on-ramp, and then vice versa, if you want to take money out of Uphold, you could send money from Uphold. I think the easiest way is to send it back to ShakePay into Canadian dollars, and then again, e-transfer it back into your bank account. There's also Wealthsimple. So again, if you just go to my POW About page and then scroll down to the links, you can sign up here. You'll actually get some rewards as well. So you can get, for this offer here, fund your trading and managed investing account, get between $5,000 and $3,000 in cash to invest. So it depends on how lucky you get. But if you use my referral link, you'll be essentially given a free reward, and it can range from $5 to $3,000. So I really like Wealthsimple. You can trade stocks on here. You can trade cryptos as well. It doesn't have XRP, but it is a good alternative, and it's commission free, so you don't have to pay fees whenever you do buy it. So it's pretty cool, and you can fund your account with $50, $25, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever you want. I think there is a limit of $2,500 per day on the when you link it to your checking account, but that's what I use, and it's never steered me wrong so far. And yeah, Wealthsimple is a great opportunity for new people who don't really have that much experience. It's a very easy to use platform, and like I said, it's a good place for beginners, and there's no fees. Also, BitBuy here in Canada, I haven't used them, so I can't really vouch for them too much, but I would say that it's another option. You can try it out. I can't really tell you to do it or not to do it because, like I said, I haven't used it. Another exchange that you can use is NDAX. So buy, sell, trade crypto in Canada. Again, same thing, haven't used this exchange, but you can check it out for yourself to see if it's right for you. But now's a good reminder where we should also be using hardware wallets and self-custody. So if you're wondering, well, what do I do now? My crypto is already on Binance and I don't have any other exchange. Well, you could set up an account on Uphold and transfer your assets to Uphold, assuming they have wallets for it and support. But again, a better way to do it, in my opinion, not financial advice, this is for entertainment purposes only, but is to pick yourself up one of these ledgers. You can get a Ledger X and Ledger Nano X. This is what I would recommend. There's also the new Ledger Stacks, which is sort of like an iPhone, and then the Nano S Plus, which is a little bit of a cheaper option. I have the Ledger Nano S. So if you're looking for the cheaper option, Nano S Plus looks pretty good here at 114 Canadian, and then Ledger Nano X is 209. So again, great investment, and then you can self-custody to this, and it doesn't matter if an exchange goes down, right, and not your keys, not your crypto. So on these devices, you actually hold the private keys. They're actually your crypto, right, versus if you put it on Uphold or Binance or ShakePay, for example, they hold the private keys, which is essentially the password to your public key, right? So I highly encourage you to go check out the links at the bottom of my page. Like I said, just click on any one of these and you can sign up for that. And I would highly encourage you to do this sooner than later because you don't want to be a deer caught in the headlights, right? You want to have a plan in case you know what hits the fan. But taking a look at Bitcoin here on the weekly time frame, we were looking at a potential for a weekly bull flag with the low, high, higher low, and higher high. But we did lose the 0.32 fib. We did have that lower wick on this news of Binance exiting Canada, wiped off about $8 billion in the market. But as I said, it's not the end of the world. Canada is a small market, but there's other options there, and they could potentially re-enter the market at some point in the future. But right now, if we ignore that lower wick, it is still a weekly bull flag targeting about 42K. But this is decreasing the odds that we could see that continuation up to that 42K area, at least here on the weekly time frame in the next couple of weeks. We may need to see more consolidation before we ultimately get there. But the bull flag has been negated. But if we do ignore that lower wick, it is still intact. So just keeping an eye out on this. If we break 31,050, then that's going to confirm the bull flag, and we're going to be looking at, like I said, that target of 42K. So we'll just be watching that, but it has decreased the odds significantly. All that technical analysis is and charting is looking at the most likely scenario, and right now it's looking like we could potentially see more consolidation with this weekly bull flag being negated and definitely decreasing those odds. So going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Power Group. Let me know if you have any further questions or concerns. And again, be sure to check out all of the trusted and vetted links in the description and the about page of my Power Group YouTube channel. All right, have a great night. Happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.